guys, it's GrandPyromania with Next Gen Tactics. Alright, so I decided to throw up another game for you guys, Search and Destroy. This is actually my first Search and Destroy since playing Black Ops. Now, I'm sure many of you guys are going to say, GrandPyromania, why not play Search and Destroy? It's been out for a month and a half, you've had it for probably a month or so. And, you know, it's a very, very competitive game type. Well, you know, to continue reliving my glory days on the PC, COD 4 lasted about 3 years on the PC, you know. We considered Modern Warfare 2 an absolute failure because of the lack of, dedicated servers, which meant no mods, and, World at War, I don't even need to go into detail about, because from what I understand, it was a failure even by console standards. It just wasn't as fun as Call of Duty 4. So, you know, the competitive scene, the truly competitive scene of Call of Duty 4, lasted 3 years with Pro Mod, and obviously the main game type to that was Search and Destroy. So, you know, after playing Search and Destroy almost non-stop for 3 years and playing each map to the point where, like, I'm sure I could close my eyes and walk around on it and still not get lost and bump into things, you kind of get sick of the game, you know? So, I honestly, I stayed away from it as long as I could, and then I decided, you know what, you know, I'll throw up a Search and Destroy because I'm sure the guys at NGT would enjoy it, so why not? Anyway, if you guys notice, I'm not using the AK-74U anymore. I've actually switched over to the Spectre. Well, you know, I actually have a couple reasons for switching over to the Spectre. You know, a lot of you guys, and I mean a lot of you guys, complained about me using the 74U, and, you know, I can honestly see why you guys would. I would agree with you guys, because, you know, a lot of people do use it, and, it is pretty overpowered in this game, so, I can see why a lot of you guys would be sick of seeing us use it. So, you know, as an NGT director, you know, I can't just, like, ignore the good amount of you guys because you guys are the ones watching my videos. So, you know, I'm trying to give you guys the best coverage I can. So, I decided to switch over to the Spectre, which isn't as often used, but it is used pretty often. So, you know, I decided to forego the AK-74U. But, you know, for you guys that do use the 74U, just because, you know, I'm deciding to not use the 74U anymore, doesn't mean that you guys shouldn't either. At the end of the day, you know, you guys are probably playing for fun, so you guys should just do whatever you feel more comfortable doing, whatever you guys feel you're having more fun with. Anyway, so, I can go into some tactics with, Search and Destroy. Search and Destroy, from my experience, is definitely one of those maps you want to have, or definitely one of those game types you want to have, like, a good pair of headsets for. Because even in, like, Black Ops, they didn't even include this in Call of Duty 4, you can hear the bomb being planted, you can hear the bomb being defused. So, if you sound whore enough, you know exactly when to pop out and kill your opponents, and, you know exactly where they're coming from. Search and Destroy is, in my opinion, probably the more tactical, definitely one of the more tactical, game types, as it is pretty much the main competitive competitive game type in the Call of Duty series, and rightly so, because, you know, the basic premise of it is, look at this guy showing off, does a 360 and then shoots with a freaking, like, assault rifle. But, as I was saying, it's definitely one of the game types you want to have a good pair of headsets for, because then you can just hide and, you know, tell whenever you want to, you know, defuse and, attack or whatever. So, right now we're on attack, and I find with attack, it's definitely more useful, instead of going down the middle, like a lot of people do, and, you know, try to pull a Rambo, to, just, you know, stay back and help support your teammates. If you notice here, I'm playing very, very reserved, and I'm actually firing in bursts. You basically have to do that when you're dealing with an SMG like that, especially because I don't have the grip. I actually have the extended mags, and that's it. I've actually been trying to find my quote-unquote class. I'm trying to find the perfect class setup with the Spectre, Not, you know, it's not going too bad, but I just haven't hit it just yet. So you're gonna find that a lot of times with the SMG, I try to fire in bursts because, you know, the only real SMG you can get away with firing straight away is the 74U, and that's because, let's be honest here, it's basically an assault rifle with an SMG tag on it. But you know, as I said, if you like the 74U, by all means, go and definitely go and just go with it, because it is a good gun, and I'll give it that. But you know, because I'm a director, I can't really use it too often, because all you guys would love to get on my backs about whatever goes wrong, even if it's the smallest thing. So there's that. So one of the bigger things in Search and Destroy is that having it, you know, staying with your team and helping support them and helping cover them is definitely the key to success, because, you know, it's very rare to find a player that can honestly do everything themselves, because in Search and Destroy, if you're on attack, you know, if you just try to do everything yourself, you're bound to get attacked by someone who's hiding in a corner for you. And, you know, if you're on defense, you can't cover both bombs that effectively by yourself. And that guy tried getting a montage knife kill there, but, you know, or knife kill, axe kill. But failed horribly, but, you know. Anyway, so we, you know, finished up this game with a 4-1. We pretty much crushed the other team. And, I think I got second top frag. I just, honestly, when I play Search and Destroy, I just kind of play the cleanup crew aspect of it, much like Guns for Hire does on the main channel there, and I like to just clean up after my teammates. Anyway, so that's my first game in Search and Destroy. I'm GrandPyromania. Peace.
Hey guys, we're on Facebook. Check the description of this video for the link to our new Facebook application. Subscribe and get our latest video updates posted right on the wall on your own Facebook page.